Flaming hello everybody and welcome to a fresh sketchbook session. Yeah, I know it's been a while, so how are you doing? How's your summer treating you? Are you melting too, or are you one of those magical people who thrives in 30 plus degrees? Personally, I'm struggling because of this hot weather. Thankfully, I live close to the cold ocean, and yeah, it's been a very pleasant bonus to be able to have a swim during weekends. Today, I'm diving into something that has become one of my favorite ways to fill a sketchbook spread: whimsical, intuitive sketching without too much planning. It's loose, it's playful, and weird in the best possible way. And lately, this approach has felt like a breath of fresh air in my art practice. I usually start without a layout or a theme. I just open my sketchbook, stare at the blank page, of course, and begin placing objects one by one. I don't know, it's like building a puzzle without knowing the final picture. And instead of aiming for a perfect composition from the start, I allow the page to grow, step by step, organically. It usually helps me to begin with the biggest objects. They become main heroes of the spread, and then I fill in the rest with medium-sized and small elements. And yeah, it can be everything: some botanical elements, floating fruits and vegetables, or dreamy creatures that don't really exist. Sometimes by the end it all makes sense, or doesn't. I don't care, honestly. One thing I try to keep in mind is some sort of visual balance. It's some sort of a comfortable rhythm between empty space and filled areas. When it comes to spreads like this, I try not to use eraser a lot. This is a sketchbook. It's allowed to be messy and imperfect and have a bit of chaos in it. If something looks strange, I usually leave it this way, and those weird areas often become my favorite parts later. There is always a lot of randomness in this process, and there is rarely any deep meaning behind the objects I choose. They come from whatever pops into my brain. Usually, some are based on things I've seen, others are completely invented. Inspiration comes from everywhere, from little plants I spotted on a walk, from a random image I saved on Pinterest, or just straight from my imagination. I like to play around with the object sizes. The more unrealistic they are against each other, the better. I also love throwing in botanical elements at the end because that's easy to play around with their shapes and fill empty spaces with them, so you can bend them to fit whatever you need. Now it's time to add some color to the spread. It is a quick reminder: if you'd like to support my tiny creative journey, you can join my Patreon. There are hundreds of exclusive posts waiting for you: detailed process videos, color palettes, my textured Procreate brushes, coloring pages, sketches, and more. It's a cozy space, and I would be happy to see you there. Also, if you're looking for something lovely to decorate your space, check out my online shop. It's filled with fine art prints and canvas prints featuring my colorful botanical and whimsical art. I will leave all the links below in the description. This channel exists thanks to your support. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world. And now let's get back to the video. For this spread, I decided to use acrylic markers. They are vibrant, opaque, and fast. This is exactly what I need right now. I picked a limited palette to work with, mostly various blues, complemented with different pinks, red, and a little yellow for contrast. When I use markers, I tend to simplify my process. I fill in shapes, in some sort of flat way without much blending. It feels a bit like filling in a coloring book. Likewise, with the sketching process, I usually start coloring the larger shapes first. They help me set the overall color balance. Then I work my way down to smaller elements, adjusting the palette as I go. Again, I don't see a final picture in my head, I just move step by step and object by object. And very often this approach leads to very weird but very nice color choices. Also, precision isn't the goal for me here. I can go outside the lines, I can make uneven strokes, and I'm totally okay with it. While working, I keep in mind that at the end I will go over everything with a red pencil to sharpen a few shapes and add contrast where it is needed. That final layer always pulls things together. You will see. Honestly, one reason I've been enjoying especially this kind of work lately is, I don't know how to say it. I've been feeling a bit creatively exhausted lately. I think it is not full-scale, full-on burnout yet, but I can definitely see the signs. So I try to be gentle with myself lately, making space for senseless, messy, imperfect art. And pieces like this one usually help me reconnect with my joy in making. I actually talked more deeply about that topic in a recent Patreon podcast episode. It's available for all tiers, including the $1 tier. So if you're curious about the reason of my current burnout and how I'm navigating it, you're welcome to check it out. I just wanted to share with you a very kind reminder that your art doesn't always have to be meaningful or polished or, technically impressive. Sometimes it can just be fun and silly and senseless and very fast and still very, very valid because it brought you some joy. That's the main thing. finished spread, and I'm so in love with the way it turned out, honestly. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this video was inspiring. Let me know in the comments what you think about the spread. Thank you one more time and see you in another video. Bye bye.